So the euro's been getting hit pretty hard as of late, and it's no surprise why, especially because compared to the US, there's a greater exposure to the Chinese market, and that's one of the reasons why we saw preliminary GDP for Germany last week come in unchanged, showing no growth, and really German data as of late getting pretty much tested with ZEW economic sentiment figures. They're up next later today. So let's take a look at the euro USD from a technical standpoint. You can see that on the weekly chart, there was a lot of oscillations before we finally saw these 2 weeks of consecutive declines, price now below all its main weekly moving averages. But you can see that some of the other indicators still relatively neutral, and that's the reason why, although there's significant and heavy technical buys, it's relatively consolidatory. But it's very important from a trading standpoint. You want to zoom into the daily, and here we see that it's a much clearer bear trend, but stalling in the sense that in terms of intraday strategies, it hasn't really offered much beyond its pivot points in terms of sell strategies. So let's take a look at it from a trader standpoint. And here we're going to map sentiment. We got retail sentiment, we got COT or larger speculative traders according to the latest Commitment of Traders report. And you can see that they're holding conflicting buys, and we map it onto a chart, blue dotted line for retail, green dotted line for COT, and also a red line, so that if the dotted line goes above, it means the majority long, below it means the majority short. You can see that the green dotted line or COT figures pretty much a consistent majority short throughout this period, and holding at around moderate 60%, whereas when we look at retail traders, they were holding majority short buys, but as price moved lower, because of the fact that it was relatively range bound prior to this, a lot of the shorts started to take profit, a lot of longs started to hold on, initiate, if not average in, and that took the buys up towards the blue dotted line, up towards an extreme long 80% as of yesterday morning. Since then, it's backed off a little bit, but it still stands at a heavy long 76%.